Hey, hi, hello everyone. Can you hear me and see me? If you can see me and if you can hear me, can you just give a thumbs up or S in the comment section? Hi. Hopefully, yes. Okay, great. And let's start the session. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the second masterclass of Gen Academy 2.0. And this marks the second edition of Academy, bigger, sharper, and more focused than before. In a previous edition of Gen Academy 1.2, we saw over 3.2 lakh of developers across India came together to upskill in Google Cloud and AI technologies. The excitement, the curiosity, and the commitment to learning were incredible. And that's exactly what brings us here today again. This time, Academy returns with renewed focus, more hands on labs, new domains, not just only single tracks, but we have multiple tracks to build, deploy, and scale us smarter with Google Cloud. So, with that, Gen Academy is a self-paced upskilling program designed around today's most critical technologies, domains like data security, DevOps, AI, ML, and cloud. So the program gives you access to hands-on learning, official certification, expert-led masterclass, just like this one, and you will get to learn directly from Google Cloud experts, apply your skills in real labs, and gain practical knowledge that truly bends with confidence. This isn't just another program where you just learn and go. It's a chance to align your skills with the technologies driving real world innovation today. And now let's talk about the difference between 2.0 and 1.0. So in 1.0, we had a single unified track, let it be students or professionals. We had a set given track where we have to complete the given courses, get skill badges and certificates. But Academy 2.0, it's totally different. You get to choose the track which you wanted to go forward with. You can go with the any one of the data security, DevOps, networking, AML, and serverless specific domain tracks, and focus on aiming high. And there is certificates for all the tracks as well. Yes, there is certificates, and there is additional thing. If you complete all 6 tracks, you will receive a final academic completion certificate. So it's recognizing a full journey across all the domains. So whether you specialize in one area or you want to go in all for 6, the choice and the reward both are yours. And why you should participate in Academy 2.0 journey. Let's break it down. First of all, official skill validation. It's not only about the certificates you'll be getting upon completion of each and every track. The skill badges which you obtain for completing each and every course is going to stay with you forever. And you can use it to prove your hands-on expertise in specific Google AI technologies. Each track you complete, you have a track specific certificate that you can showcase anywhere along with the skill badges. So it's an add-on of add-ons. Second, job readiness. Technology is evolving faster than ever. Everywhere we are seeing that AI is evolving, AI is taking over, and why not we take over the AI first? And staying in job ready means staying with current. And these are the current trending technologies which we brought you to excel in multiple domains. This program gives you hands-on validation, practical exposure that employers value, helping on stand on cloud and AI roles, and master new tools. Obviously, if you want to stay with the current technology, current trend, then you have to master every new tools coming in the market. And we are here taking it everywhere, and it is shaping every product and service works today. So why not master every single tool which is coming into the market, and why not be started with right now itself? Through this program, you will get a practical experience with Cloud Run, Firebase, Kubernetes, and BigQuery. Among others, you're not just learning theories, but you're actually start building an AI. So as I'm speaking about the tracks, so these are the domains which you can start specializing in: AI and ML, security, networking, DevOps, serverless, and data. And today's masterclass is about data things, where we will be going through end of end everything, like start off how to share data within the Google Cloud. And we do have a special person who is taking us through the hands-on labs and workshops on that. Now, talking about certificates. So, how do we get a certificate, and what are things we need to do? If you are new to this session, then I'll just give you a small rundown walkthrough of how to get a certificates and how to we can do forward once you have to register. So, if you register for the program, this is how your program dashboard looks like. And if you see, there is a roadmap where next timeline and steps are listed over very clearly. And there is a section called skill batch submission, and there is a section called Google Skills Profile Submission. So just to start with, the first thing you have to do is submit your Google Skills Profile submissions. So if you're new to this platform, you need to register under Google Skills platform, where you will be getting a public profile URL where you can submit in the platform, so that we can verify your every single step and the completion with the platform. Just give me a second. I'm just logging into the Google Skills platform. And yes, so if this is a Google Skills platform, and from here only we'll be getting a profile URL. If you sign in using the same email address, so one thing to make sure over here is make sure you sign in into this platform using the same email address which you register for the whole program. And under the account section, which is your profile icon, you can see an option called settings. If you go to settings, you can see a tab called accounts, and if you scroll down the tab, you can see public visibility. In this public visibility, defaultly it might be checked out. So what you have to do is make sure this box is checked and update the settings. Once it is updated, you will see the account for your email address has been updated, and this is your public URL. Make sure you copy this link and come back to the platform again. Enter the email address which you have registered for the platform and the same email address which you have for Google Skills account logged in, and you paste the URL which you copied from the public profile, and you can click on submit. Once you are done, you are good to go. And if you come to the roadmap, you can see like once you're done with the skill boost public submissions, and the next is start completing the courses. Pick a domain, pick a track, and if you can see the link over here. Click here, and it will automatically take you to the specific courses. Once you complete every courses, you will be getting a skill badge. What you have to make sure is copy the skill badge link, and come back to the platform again. Go to the skill badge submission, give the research course details. Say for example, if I'm going with AI and ML automate data capture at scale with document AI, you should click on that. Or if you're going with DevOps and implement, make sure you select the right course. Make sure the email address you enter is the same email address as the program registered and the same one which you're using for Google Skills, and paste the skill badge link over the given input box and click on submit. Once you're done, your submission is successful, and you can go with the next things as we progress. Yes. Now, so that is on the platform. Now, the next things is that's all about the skills Google Skills profile submissions, and all about the skill based submissions. Now you need to attend live or record a masterclass. So this is one of the masterclass. What you have to do is you can either watch it live or watch a recorded masterclass later on the platform. So if you ever miss the part of the start, or if you want to revisit the things what we done in the whole end-to-end lab, this video is always on the platform under the dashboard under the section called masterclasses. So you can, and anywhere and any day you can go and revisit these things and gain the knowledge from there also, and complete the track specific. Each can be any domain. You can just pick them and complete it and earn the associated skill badge for the specific track. So we have various tracks. Say for example, there is AML track, there is data track. Make sure you complete all the courses listed on each of the track. So then only you'll be able getting the certificates for this respective track. Don't say like I can complete one course on different track, can I complete another course on different track, and can I get a certificate? That's not how it works. So we need to make sure that every track which you have chosen, do it fully with 100%, and you can obtain certificates obviously. If you ask me what we can do is complete all the 14 skill badges, get the whole certificate, so you don't have to worry about competing or missing out any one of the skill badges and worrying about the certificates. Just take it a time, just make sure that you pick a right track, and if and all, give it all, try every single track. You will definitely love the content, and it's a beginner friendly, starting with the beginners to intermediate to experts. So make sure you start with the beginner courses. These courses are also mentioned in the platform itself. Like if you're going for a beginner friendly courses, the courses is mentioned like this is a beginner friendly, this is an intermediate course. So you don't have to worry about picking a course. If you're new to this theme program, you can learn with the beginner courses, and you can progressively increase your intermediate and to expert with that. Yes. And just submit the skill badges on the platform, and you'll be getting your certificates. And to get the final academic completion certificates, you need to complete all of your course tracks. So it's not only one or two tracks, you need to complete every single track to get the final academic completion certificate. So that's all I have for you today. And now let's move to the most awaited part of today's session. We are joined by Vidya Hemach. She's a custom engineer at Google Cloud. Vidya will take us to the data track with a hands-on session. Hi Vidya, how are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good and great. Thank you so much for asking. And the stage is yours, Vidya.
Yeah, thank you, Ganesh. So, hello everyone. Good evening. Hope you're all ready for today's session. So, let me start with a quick introduction. I'm Vidya. I'm a customer engineer at Google Cloud. I manage digital native customers here at Google India. I help solve business problems for the customers by unique solutions through Google services and the solutions offered by Google, right? So, yeah, moving ahead, as you all know, data is a central part of generative AI, right? Data. Can you move to the next slide, please? Uh, yeah, thank you, Ganesh. So, data is a very central part of your any AI solution, and we have a BigQuery, which is a unified data and AI platform for you. So, how BigQuery is unique and you know differentiable compared to other data warehouses in the market is it provides you a single platform for big for querying huge set of data, petabytes of data, I would say. And it also supports structured, unstructured, semi-structured data, streaming data, non-streaming data on the platform. It also supports multi-model storage. You can store your structured, semi-structured data on the or any images, video on the platform, and then query against it. It also supports a lot of open data platforms. Along with it, you can integrate with the AI models, whether it is Vertex AI or open source models, to query against these um, data which you have stored on the BigQuery, and it's a completely managed service uh, serverless offering for you. You don't have to worry about managing the infrastructures, and it runs on the Google's GPU, TPU's open ecosystem, right? So today's and for this lab, we'll be using the BigQuery to to do the lab session. And moving ahead to the next slide, Ganesh, can you move to the next slide, please? Yeah. So before we get started, let's understand the evolution of data sharing, right? So in the traditional model, if you have to analyze the data, being a data analytics provider, service provider, you had to get the data, be either through push and pull method. You have to adding a network and the storage cost to it. You also have to set up the governance around it, and there is no visibility of data usage once it is shared. And it has become a greater challenge in the earlier days. With the next gen model, that has been addressed, where you will not be sharing a data directly to the any data analytics service provider. Rather, you would be sharing a view by authorizing a view table and then sharing it to the any outsiders who want to use your data for analytics purpose. Here, data remains in place. It reduces the cost because you are not sharing or moving the data or uploading the data anywhere. You are just providing them IAM access to your data table by by privileged access, or BQ authorized view access. And it also support user friendly publisher and a subscribe model. And so you also have a lot of usage metrics automatically available to you to monitor while you share this data to the outsiders. Moving to the next slide. So for today's lab challenge scenario, you this is a challenge where you will have to work as both a data sharing partner and a customer. Here, what you'll be doing is a data sharing partner will have a set of data. Let's call it as we'll create a sample demo set data. There are a lot of public data sets available. We'll take a quick sample public data set, create the data, and then create an authorized view of the data and share it to the customer. And then what customer do is he will update the data by by running few queries and doing some modification which is important for him, and share it back to the data sharing partner. And then the data sharing partner will then use the Looker Studio to visualize the data. This is a complete overview of the lab challenge scenario. I believe all of you have already done some practice sessions before this challenge scenario. There is a data sharing um, lab. I believe the Hack to Skill team I've shared with you. Can you share my screen, Ganesh? Yep, thank you. So here you might have seen this. These are some of the practice sessions you must have completed by now, and here we are today to do the challenge lab. If you have not done it, not to worry, this is still available. You can go and practice this session, do this practice lab post the session. Okay, for today's session, let's do the challenge lab, right? So let me go to the challenge lab and let's get started. So hope all of you have access to this lab URL and we are good to start. Can I get a thumbs up? So we are good to start the session lab. Are we good? Cool. All right. So please follow through while we do this lab. We have 40 minutes to complete this lab. Let's get started. So the first thing is click on start the lab. There are few best practices you have to maintain while you do this lab. Always open this lab in a incognito mode. So as you can see in the lab, there are a lot of consoles. You have two consoles given access to. The one is the Open Data Sharing Partner Project console. The other one is Customer Project console. So we'll be using these consoles in different tasks. Keep an eye on that. For each of these different console, different set of passwords and usernames are provided. For data sharing partner, you have this user and the password for the data sharing. For the customer project console, you have the customer username and password. Along with that, you also have the project IDs for both these data sharing partner as well as the customer project. So keep a note of that as we go through the lab. So I've already given you the explained you the scenario, challenge scenario, what we have today. In the challenge scenario, what we'll be doing is first we'll be creating a demo data set for this DSP, which is a ISP solution. Then create an authorized view and give that authorized view access to the customers who need an access to that data. Then the customer would update the data and send again give an access back to the ISP, data sharing partner. And then the data sharing partner will create a visualization view using a Looker Studio. Looker Studio is our reporting platform, which will be used today for today's session. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing what we're going to do is let me open this in the incognito window, right? You can right click on this and then click on open link in incognito window. Okay. So once you're here, it is asking for a user and the password for the data sharing partner. Like copy it from your lab page, then the password. So once you enter the username and the password, you will be welcome to your account. Click on I understand. So some of you might be new to the Google Cloud Console, so I'm giving you a step-by-step walkthrough of it. So yeah, after you click on understand, you will be again welcomed. You have to select the country and accept to the terms of service. Click on agree and continue. Okay. Now we are in the Google Cloud Console. We'll not be using any products or services. We just need a big query. So what we do is we have a search bar here in the middle, in the top middle of the screen. So what you do is you search for BigQuery here. This is the product we'll be using for the entire session. So you can search it here in the search bar. So this is your BigQuery console. Um, we will be mostly be using the AI Studio where you will, sorry, BigQuery Studio where you will be running the queries on your data sets. You can expand the data set here. So you can expand your OU. You get to see the demo data set. But right now, if you click on the demo data set, you don't have any data present. Okay, so let's go back to the uh, lab. Let's understand what's our first task, right? So let's see what are they asking us to do. Create the partner authorized view. Here, your first task as a data sharing partner is to copy a BigQuery public data set into your projects. So they're asking us to, there is a public data set available. We have to, since the demo data set is empty, we have to copy it to copy the public data set into the demo data set. The dataset contains details of each zip code across the US in this section. So it has the zip code across the US region. So you will need to expose the loaded dataset as an authorized view and grant access to it. Okay, let's do that. So let me copy this. And here we are on the demo dataset. To run any query, you see there is this query pan where you can just click on new queries or so on. So let me open a new tab here and copy paste the query. So what is this query doing? You are selecting a public data. There is a public data set available. I'm selecting and running a query to fetch that public data set. Let me click on the run button.
Hey, hi Vidya. Just to give you one heads up, the screen is not sharing.
Okay,
Yeah. Can you reshare the screen again?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yeah, we are good to go now.
Yeah. All right. So we were in the demo data set. We opened a new query button, and all we are doing is running the query, right? I just ran the query. It has fetched the data. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I have to save this as a view, which will be shared with our external users. So um, share this back. As you can see this, you have to create an authorized view named authorized view EVFC. Everyone who's following this lab will have a unique name for this. My name is authorized view EVFC. Somebody might have a different naming convention, but this is the view name you have to create. Copy that. Okay. Go back to the go back to your. Hope you're able to see my screen. Let me double check. Right tab. So after running the query, you have the query result. All you have to do is save this as a view. Where are you going to save it? In the same demo data set, you're creating a table. This, we are giving this as an authorized view PVFC. Let's save this. So once you've saved it, you should be able to see this table, authorized view PVFC table, below the demo data set, right? Now you want users to get access to this table. For that, you have to create an authorized view. Before I do that, let's follow this document so it's easy for you guys to correlate the next step, what we are trying to do. Um, so once this is done, you can click. You should be able to see that the assessment is completed. So the first task is completed. Now you have to do the authorized view, the next step. Here you'll need to assign an IAM permission by authorizing the view in the dataset. So for this is the view where you need a IAM permission to be shared. Let's go back. What we'll do is, yeah, we are back in this our console, data sharing partner console. We have our demo data set, table is ready. We have to create a authorized view. For that, you have to click on the demo data set, then go to share option here and click on authorized views. Okay, here, so yeah, before you do that, what I'll do is I will copy the ID. So I'll go to authorized view, the three dots here, I copy the ID of it, then go to demo data set, click on share, click on authorized view, and add that. So I'm creating an authorized view for this project dot dataset, which is a demo dataset, and the table, which is dot authorized view VBFC, right? So I've authorized it. Once you've clicked on add authorization, it should reflect here. Okay. Next, let's click on close. So authorization is done. The next is providing an IAM access to this, but we need to get a IAM user who need an access to this table. Currently, this table only the data sharing partner, the student has access to, right? Student 00 who logged into this console. But we want to give this data table access to a customer who can run queries on top of it. So let's go back to the other lab page. Let's see which user should get access to this. So the next is assign IAM permission to the customer user. Here, grant the customer user access to this view. The username is this. So copy this. If you see this username, this is the same customer user who should be requiring access to this. Okay. What kind of access he need? He need a BigQuery data viewer role. Remember that. So I'll copy the username and switch back to my console. Okay. To provide IAM access to this user, what I'll do is I'll go to my table, authorized view table, click on share and manage permission. In the manage permission, if I look at the BigQuery data viewer, user does not have access to this. So what I'll do is I'll click on add principal, copy the student ID, the customer student ID here, and customer name. And in the select role, I'll go to BigQuery and the BigQuery data viewer role. Click on save. As soon as I saved it, I'm able to see it here. Student has an access BigQuery data viewer. If you're able to see it here, then you're good. We can close this tab. Let's go back to the lab section. Let's check the progress. Yeah, with this, you should have completed the task one. Before we continue, I would like to see if all of you are done till task one. Can I get a thumbs up? Yes, as an answer in the chat. Thanks for confirming. Let's continue with the next task. So the next task is what we have done so far. If I go back, we have created a data set, created an authorized view, and given access to customer. But customer has to now um, get get this table, update the table, and send it back. So that would be our next task. Okay. So let's look at the next task. So here, update the customer data table. That's our next task. For this task, customer will fetch the data now that he has an access to it through IAM. He will not just fetch it, he'll also update few things related to the zip code. So for that, we have to first log into customer project console. What I'll do is in the left hand side, you see customer project console. Right click, open link in the incognito window. Okay. Once you're here, you have to log in with the customer username and password copied from the lab instructions. Um, Let me copy the customer password here. We are repeating the same steps of logging into customer console, accepting the terms and condition as we log in. Okay. So, and then let me search for BQ. Okay. So again, we're back in the BQ AI Studio thingy. Let me expand this project. You'll get to see the customer data set. Let's expand this. This has customer info table. Okay, that's okay. So this customer has um, got an access to the data sharing partner. So what we have to do now is, as part of the task two, you have to execute the query to update the country value in the customer table. So let's take this query, go back to the GCP console, and click on SQL query. Let me paste it and run the query. So this statement has modified 14 rows in the customer info table, right? That's good. With this, we are done with the task two. So let me share my screen again. Yeah. So as soon as you run the query, you all would have received this. This statement modified 14 rows in the customer info. It means that with the rights what we got from the IAM, BQ IAM, we modified this customer info table. Now we will create the customer authorized view. For that, what we'll do is we'll run this query, and then we will create another table which is called as authorized view 2 by BW. Okay, let's follow the steps mentioned in this instructions. Let me copy the query. I'll open a new tab altogether here and then paste the query, run it. Okay, what is this query doing? You are selecting the country count from this customer info table, right? And then you're grouping by country. So we got the view, the calling country, there are two cook country, there is one, and so on. This parent country where you have four. We have got the view. We will save this as a new view. If you go back to your lab instruction, they've clearly mentioned that create an authorized view name, customer authorized view 2 by BW. This is what the view I have it, you might have a different naming convention here. Copy that naming convention, and then the query you have run, the results are there. Save this view as a new table under the same customer data set. Okay, click on save. You should be able to, as soon as you done that, you should be able to see the viewed new table under the customer data set by the same naming what you've given. Okay, this is done, but now this view is done, but now now customer wants to send this updated data back to the data sharing partner. How do we do it? We have to do that by again providing a authorized view to this customer data set, and then also providing IAM access to the data sharing partner for this table. That should be the next step. But yeah, before we do that, let's go back to our lab instructions and check your progress. Are we good so far? So with this, we are done with three of the task, right? So the next one is where I was talking about you have to provide the access back to the data sharing part. So for that, you have this authorization. You have to create an authorization, and the user for this user, this is a user data sharing partner user. Let's double check that. 00EB12E5, right? This is the data sharing partner user to whom you want to provide the access back to this updated table with the access BigQuery data viewer. Let's do this now. So let me share the console. What I'll do here is I'll go to the customer data set, click on share authorize view. Sorry, before I do that, let me copy the ID of this customer authorized view. Then I'll go back to authorized view. Then I'll add this. This is a project data set is customer data set followed by the authorized view. Okay. Add authorization. Close this. Now I'll go to the table, customer authorized view table, and provide IAM access to the user. You have to click on share, manage permission. If you look at the data viewer, only the project has the viewer access. We don't now we have to provide access to the data sharing partner back for this table. So let's go back to this um, lab instruction. They've given the username whom we should be providing the access to. So I'm back to the console. In the add principal, I'll add the user and select role. I'm selecting the BigQuery and the data viewer access. Click on save. Once you've saved it there, you should be able to see the user who has an access to the BigQuery data viewer, who has a BigQuery data viewer access. Click on close. With this, now the data sharing partner has an access to this, authorized access to this table, right? Let's go back, share this tab instead, and check the progress. Yeah, all three tasks are done. Okay. Now that the data sharing partner has got the access, the next step is the same data sharing partner should be able to create a visualization. But before he creates a visualization, he should be able to um, uh, create the same customer authorized view in the data sharing partner project, right? So what we'll do is we'll open the data sharing. Again, we have to go back to data sharing partner project console for this task. So click on open. open the link in incognito, right? And I've logged into the um yeah, I've logged into the data sharing partner. You see that this is the one we sent, but we don't have a customer authorized view table here. So query. For that query, what we'll be doing is select star from, you know, the customer project, right? How do you get that customer? Share the tab. Mm, 1 second. Yeah. So I'll take the customer project ID, copied, dot, and then I'll take the data set, customer data set, and the view that you want. This is there in the task 3. You will get to see what is the view you created earlier, the table view what you've created. So customer authorized view dot to Y view, right? Share this tab. So all I'm doing after logging into data sharing partner is running a query to fetch all the data which is there in this table, which is the customer project. How did I come up with this query is I enter the customer project name followed by the customer data set, then the table which I ran. Okay, let me run this query now. That is a syntax error. Yeah, I was able to fetch the data. Right? If you remember, Thailand country is 4, rest everything is 1, colon country is 2. Yeah. So we have fetched the data. Let's save this. Save this view as the same customer authorized view. Data set is demo data set table. I'm giving the same name, whatever we've given in the customer BQ data set, right? So you should be able to see both the tables now. This is the table we first sent it to the customer. Customer did some updation, and now he gave an access back to us for this table, which is the customer authorized view 25BW. Cool. You're able to see this. The next task is we have done this. Okay. So, okay. You will need to be logged in as a data sharing. We are still have logged in. So let's open a Looker Studio. Looker Studio helps you to visualize your data analytics, just like any Tableau, Microsoft BI reporting, if you have used, or you know, mm, or any other reportings that's there in the market. It's similar to that. This is a Google own reporting service. So let's open this. You should be logged in with the customers uh, data sharing partner project only while logging in into this. So let's open this. Um, Open it in the incognito, right click, open link in incognito window. So once you open, you will be landed in this page. This is the Looker Studio page. Let's create a blank report here. Let's click on blank report. So before I do that, let me cross verify have I logged in with the right user. User is ED3YC. Is it the Data partner user, EB121. EB121, yeah. This is the right user. So let me click on the blank report, select the country. You can provide your company name. I'm just giving it as an XYZ for this lab, and I agree to the terms and condition. Click on continue. Then if you want to receive some updation like on the tips, recommendation, product announcement, and so on, you can click on S to all. For this lab, I'm clicking on no. Click continue. Once you've done that, you can again go back and click on blank report. Right? Here in a blank report page, you get to see add data option on the top. So here, now you can fetch the data from any of the data sources. The data wave source we want to fetch it is from the BigQuery. Let's authorize that first. I'll select the same user data sharing partner user ID for the authorization. Now we have to search for the projects. For the project search, you have to go back to your Google Lab instruction. Here they clearly mentioned that you know um, you have to select the customer project and the customer view. So to get the customer project in the left-hand side, they've given the customer project ID. Copy that project ID and remember the view. The view I have is view 2YBW. Okay, let's go back to the Looker Studio. So I'll search by the project ID I've copied. And clicked on enter. I got the customer data set. The table is 2YBW. This is the table where I want to visualize the data. Let me click on add. It will show you that you're about to add a data to this report. Okay, I'm good. Yeah. The data, you should be able to see this in the right hand side, that this table access you have already received. So let's create a bar graph. So for this, there is an add a chart option in the top. Click on that. There's a bar. I mean, you can select any of the options here. Depends on the visualization you're looking for. For this lab task, what they've asked us to do is select bar. So I've done that. Okay. Um, okay, let's go back to our instruction before we continue. Let's see this, whether we have completed this. Connect the BQ to Looker Studio connection. We have done that already. So your assessment is completed. Now we are in a visualization, the last step of this lab, which is creating a visualization. You have to rename the lab as data sharing partner visualization, create a vertical bar chart, and then for the bar chart set, county as the dimension and count as the breakdown dimension and metric. Let's do that. If we do this, we should get a visualization in this format. Okay, let's do that. So report name what they've given is data sharing partner visualization. Let's go back to the Looker Studio. The report name currently is untitled report. So let me rename that to the report name they want us to give. So we have given that. I've already added a chart here, clicked on chart, I've selected the bar chart that is here. Um, for this, they're asking me to have county as the dimension, which is already in place, count as the breakdown dimension, I'm just dragging count, as you can see. I'm dragging the count and adding it here to that dimension, and also count as the matrix. Okay. As soon as I've dragged these values, I'm able to see this report, which is uh, there is parent country, there are four zip codes. Calling country has two, the others are all in one, right? Yep, that's how the report should look like. Let's go back to the lab. Let's cross verify. This is how the report is looking. With each country, you will get to see the count of zip codes which are available. Yeah. With this, we are done with the lab just on time. If you all followed through and completed all this, you should be seeing 100 out of 100. With every task, you will be getting a point. So you should be seeing 100 out of 100 if you've completed all the tasks which are mentioned here, all the four tasks. And congratulations to everyone who have done that. And I would like to see how many of you have followed it and completed the session, completed the lab. Can I get a some know how many of you completed the lab? You can use the comment section on the YouTube. I see Rahul, Rishuraj, Aswan. Awesome. Good. Great, guys. Good to see a couple of folks have already completed. Congratulations on completing the lab. And over to you, Ganesh.
We can go to the Q&A if we are done with the labs now. Yes. Folks, if you have any questions regarding the labs and the workshops, please do drop your questions in the comment section. We will pick it up as we progress. Okay. And we do have one question,
Mhm.
which is like, what would be the reporting tool which includes, is it a complete question with there by any chance, or do you need more info?
Yeah, uh, I can answer that. So I believe they are asking this question related to this lab. The reporting tool which includes for this lab is Luca Studio. Um, we have used that for this session.
Got it. And we do have another question, which is around, can we use Google Cloud account?
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you have some free credits, you can definitely use the Google Cloud, or you might have to provide your, credit card to for the billing. Just look, use any Gmail ID with which you can get some free credits. For new users, there are free credits available that can be utilized for these lab sessions.
Okay. And there is another question. I worked in Oracle and it has separate object called view. Here you are saving the output as table, calling it as view. Is there any object called view in BQ?
I've not worked on the Oracle, so I really cannot comment on that. But yeah, we usually, save the view as a table, as a new table under the data set.
Okay. Folks, if you have any questions, you can drop in the comment section. And there is one question, what we will achieve once we complete this task.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Um, I mean, if by connected back to the initial problem or the challenge, what we spoke about, right? Um, Organization has to share their proprietary data, very sensitive data, to the data analytics company for analyzing the data. You cannot give the raw data or the entire data to some other organization without having a right regulations in place, right? That's where providing an authorized view access to the any third party users who can take your data, analyze it, and give it back. That's what we are trying to achieve here using BigQuery, which helps you share your raw data in the form of an authorized view, where you're not sharing the raw data, rather, you're just providing a view where they can query and update the data. So it's very useful for the big organization because they would either need data from other third-party providers, or they have to share their proprietary sensitive data to other users. So in each of these scenarios, providing authorized view is a very important feature when in the data analytics world.
Got it. And there is another question whether we have to do the submission simultaneously or one by one.
I might need more information around this question. When you say submission, which submission are you talking about, Soumya Kumari?
Yes. So if you can elaborate the question more briefly, we can take it an upcoming next question after this. And until then, we have another question. Is it possible to complete the lab as a newbie to the Google Lab?
Yeah, definitely you should be able to do that. There are practice sessions in that lab. There are four practice sessions given to you. You can practice where they've given you the step-by-step instruction on how to do the lab. Post that, this challenge was given as a task. So if you do the practice session and then take up this, you can definitely do this lab.
Got it. I think Samya's question is more of related to the platform. Samya, you can complete one skill badge and you can submit on the platform, and you can then progress to the next skill badges. You can do one by one itself. I think that's all the questions we have for today.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. So thank you so much, Via. Thank you so much for taking your time and walking us through the step by step on completing the skill badges and walking us through the entire process. Thank you so much for being over here. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ganesh, and thanks everyone for joining today's session. And I hope you had a great learning today, and wish you all the best for Hack to Skill and the people who have nominated for this masterclass, GenAI Academy 2.0. Good luck with your learning.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for everybody who is joining the sessions today. Hope to meet in the next masterclass. Until then, bye from Ganesh and the team.